Oh, it started. I'm drinking and trying to clear my throat and all that kind of stuff. So, Tuesday Rose wanted me to show how to spin long locks, and I think this is what she's talking about. Not sure. I have allergies, and it's like, I don't know what I did, and I'm choking now. So, I have this clump of long locks, not that orange thing. And how you prep these is you grab a point. Don't grab from up here, grab from the point. And that gave me a couple. So this was one long one and a couple shorties, so that's okay. You tear it from the point end like this. And people think they're felted, but they mat on the sheep. And then you open the ends up like this. Now, I have a little tool. I don't know what it's called. And I don't know where I put it. Oh, here it is. And you can use this. It's a little catches fuzz. I use it to clean my card combs. But you can use it to just fluff this up. Just a little bit on the bottom. This is the cut end. This is the pointy end. These are the tips. Oops, tips. So you get a few of those prepared. And if you have any of this in between fluff, like once I pull this off, I'm going to prep this end. So there, I've got that so that it'll catch when you spin. Ooh. Now I prep about a few, not a lot. I do them as I go. Okay, now this stuff here is valuable property too, because you can start, or if you're going to do lock spinning, you have to decide if you're going to put them right next to each other or far away from each other, and if you're going to knit it or if you're going to weave it. Because if you knit it, you have to make sure that you have enough room to do the knitting, like a couple knits in between. And then if you're going to weave it, you don't need that because your warp is normally pretty close together. So I like to do my locks pretty close together. I have this on the largest pulley, and this is slow because you got to keep pulling these away. Now I have this one already attached. And then this little fuzzy stuff in between, you can put as in between. This is like what they call coreless spinning, which it's self-explanatory. You don't use a core. So now I'm going to take this next one, and it's all flayed out like that. And I'm just going to add it right there. Now I got to keep an eye on what's going on right there. So it's caught. So then I just let it feed on, and it's on. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, I like them close together. So I'm going to, here's another one, and I'm going to spread this out here. Start spinning it. Oh, they're hitting. And that one's caught. And it's also caught here. So you have to untangle these pretty much all the way until it gets to the bobbin. But it's on. So then I hold this little bit there's a little bit of a stub here, and that's where I'm going to add the next one on. I'm going to spread this one out. Like I said, you got to keep an eye on what's going on up there, down here, and this one's attached. It doesn't take much to get it attached. But this is where you gotta, sometimes they'll just go on okay. But with this orifice, it might, I'll show you what this looks like. Like I said, so you have to know if you can get a knit or a purl, 2 or 3 in there, and if it doesn't pull on, if it doesn't feed on, you know that one of these tails is caught on something. So this is what it's going to look like. There are other ways of doing this. There's a, it leaves a knot. I don't like it because it leaves a nub. And that one's on. It doesn't take much to get it on there. And I'm pinching this back here. This is the stub. So if you have a bunch of fluffy from stuff that didn't, let's just say I've got this here. I can fluff this whole thing up and use it to give me a little more space, if that's what I want to do. This is why this costs $100 a yard. These long locks are $20 for, oh, did I throw it away? $20 for 0.8 ounces. Their estimated length is 10 inches. So the fiber is expensive. And this is old prices because I haven't bought too much new stuff. I'm kind of on a fiber diet. And I don't mean fiber like don't eat, eating fiber. I'm just not buying any more fiber. I've got to use what I've got. So you just add it on like that, and you have another one. Now, one other way that I know how to do it is and this is a method I don't like, is you split this here, like that. Put this lock, the lock in here, I can't, there. Put that through. This is slippery. These are Teeswater locks. Put that through like that. And then split this up here. This is like a half hitch. This is finger aerobics. Stick the point through there. And then slide that down. But that leaves a bump, a pretty good size bump, and I don't like that. Where did that one go? Oh, I pulled it from there. Here, let's get some spin in it. So there, so that's a different method of doing it. This looks like a jumbled up mess, but once you get it off the bobbin and you straighten these all out, they all hang. But see, that's kind of a rat's nest there. I'm going to add another one. And the reason why this catches so easy is, for those that aren't familiar with spinning, is wool has scales on it, like much like our hair. It has cuticle, and the cuticle on our hair is smooth. Unless you have curly hair, then it hooks up a little bit, and that's what straight hair shines more than curly hair. And that's the same thing with these locks. The curlier the locks, the more cuticle they have, or scales, if you look under a microscope. So I'm going to take this off. Straighten it out. Now this is great for on the end of a scarf. I made myself a scarf out of white, and you know, I don't make the best choices when I do something. I get an idea and it doesn't look good on me because my hair is white, and I made a white one and it looks like I have a beard. So not a good choice of color. But so you can see how those hang down. And there again, you can spin it. You can ply this if you want. You don't have to, because once you set the twist in this, it'll be fine. And by setting the twist, I mean throw it in a good hot water shampoo soak and let it sit in there for a while, and then thwack it. So these two are Primo locks, right? Those two right between my fingers. Those are Primo. So this is called art yarn. And this is slow going, and this is why it's expensive. But it works great. You can also felt it into things, like on the edges of bowls, or, like I said, for a scarf. I have a scarf that I made. It's hiding somewhere. But I don't wear it because I look like I've got a beard, a long white beard. So not the best of intents. And there I left enough space that I can knit like maybe 5 stitches in here if I'm going to knit it into something. And then when you do that, you have to pull this stuff to the front. When you knit, all your decorations and stuff have a tendency to go to the purl side. So you have to pull them to the knit side, unless you're in this, the purl side is the right side. So that is Tails Spinning 101. And then there is Spinning Locks, which my dear friend sent me this BFL Tuesday Rose from Ricochet, one of her sheep. And what you do for this is you just grab a handful. Well, this is what I do. You can do whatever you want. And you kind of finger flick it. So this helps open up the locks a little bit without... She's got such beautiful animals. And she sent the thing, and oh, this is rain washed, and it's like just beautiful. And when you do art yarn, do about a yard minimum of straight yarn, no fancy stuff in it for casting on. It really does help. Let's see if I can get this to catch. This is pretty. This is slick. My wheel is crying. It's been neglected. This, I don't think that's going to catch. Oh, maybe it will. And for this, I just do this and that. And by that, I mean, I like those locks, so I pinch on this side and let those locks flip over the top. Wherever I pinch, that flattens out. Don't cry, wheel. It doesn't look like much now, but then when you wash it, it does all kinds of magical things. All these little curls come out. This is a thick one. I'm also not taking the time to fluff these up good. But I like all these things hanging off. I am going to be open Small Business Saturday. I'll be having a sale. I think I'll even have some raw fleece. So this, I would probably ply this, because then it's more, like this isn't very controlled. I didn't put any effort into preparing it, and that makes a difference. The time you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. And that, again, is why it's so expensive. Yeah, it sounds like a baby. It's the foot pedal. It's got a vinyl foot pedal there, and it needs a little oil. It's cold down here. So, okay, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I have a YouTube channel. It's Jan Massey YouTube, and I've got other tips and tricks on there. So be sure and like me and subscribe, and have a great day. Thank you. Bye.